So the topic today is what's your excuse, and I will be sharing a story with you because a lot of time it happens in our life that we want to do something, but we are held back because we say these are the circumstances or these are the situations because of which I can't do this. Talk about being in a bad situation. So there was a guy when he was 11 years old. He was in India, and his mother got really sick. He was told she was paralyzed. He was going to school, but he was 11 years old. He was the only child who was taking care of his mother. So he kept going to school, and there came a point when he couldn't go to school anymore because she was getting sicker by the month. This kept going on till he was 19. And just before she passed away, she was also diagnosed with mental issues. So it was like she was totally dependent on him. He took care of her until she passed away. Unfortunately, when she passed away, he was in India, and this was 1947. So if you're not aware of the history of Indian subcontinent, I'll just go quickly on it. So British were ruling India and Pakistan, if you know Pakistan today, at that time. And in 1947, the British government finally decided to leave India and go back to where they came from. And they said, okay, now the decision of division between the two countries will be based on religion. So whoever is Muslim will go to Muslim majority Pakistan, and whoever is Hindu or Sikh will go to India. Now, a lot of Muslims were living in India, and a lot of Hindus and Sikhs were living in the area which we now call Pakistan. So this guy which we are talking about was living in India. He just lost his mother, he hasn't gone to school or anything, and now he's been asked to leave the country where he had lived for so many years. Anyways, so it so happens, so he had to leave the country. He lands in Pakistan, he lands in the city Karachi, which is the economic city of Pakistan. He has 5,000 rupees in his pocket, and so far all he has done, he has taken care of his mother. So he has this deep passion to serve humanity, and he wants to do it, but he doesn't have much resources, or he doesn't know the country where he has just arrived. So he said, you know what, I'm going to do it anyways. So he kept working on it and kept doing whatever he could do. That was his passion. So he didn't really do a job or anything. He would, find a person who is poor, who doesn't have food, he would just go and feed him. And this kept going on. He founded a foundation after a while because he found people who thought on the same ground, but they had money or resources. They came along and they said, okay, we'll help you, because they could see the passion in his eyes, and what he was doing. That's all he was doing, he was helping people. So he created something called AD Foundation. Just to give you an example of how passionate he is, but he's still alive. There are sometimes, there are gang wars, so there's police on one side and the criminals on the other side, and there's a crossfiring happening. And some people get wounded. Now, because there are, bullets going both the sides, no one is interested in going and saving anyone. This individual would walk in between those bullets, pick up the guy, and take him in his hospital. He has the largest ambulance network in Pakistan right now. And he would do whatever is possible, and he has been thrown into different situations, and he has done, his passion is uncomparable. And unfortunately, not many people talk about it in the Western world, so I thought that, I'll pick it up, and I'll talk about him and his passion. His name is Abdul Sattar Eidi, and this is his tagline. He says, no religion is higher than humanity. So he doesn't look at if the guy is a criminal, or if it's a police, if he is a Muslim or a Hindu or a Christian or a Sikh or whoever it is. He looks at everyone from the eye of being a human, and his passion is to help people. So I just told you, what he was faced with when he started his life and what he has built. Just to build some more on that, just to show you some more. His organization is a voluntary organization. So all the people who work in his organization are volunteers, except for very few are office people, running the accounting and stuff. He has the largest voluntary ambulance organization in this world right now, and he holds the Guinness Book of World Record for that. And you can go Google and verify all of these facts, and it's unbelievable what this guy has achieved. And if you look at what he was faced with when he started his life and what he has achieved today, is unbelievable. And it's not that he has not suffered afterwards. Very recently, unfortunately, his office, there were some robbers came in his office and took away gold which was donated to him to do good work. But nothing stops him. It's not like, he said, this is enough. I'm doing it for these people and they are, robbing me. Nothing stops him. He just keeps going on. And that's his passion. So, in Pakistan, the government run emergency services. Like here you have 9/11, you call them and they come right away. But in Pakistan, it's almost, you can say you can't rely on them at all. You have to have private services or you call ED Foundation. And in Karachi is the largest city of Pakistan. We have 23.5 million people in Karachi. And his response time is 10 minutes. So voluntary organization, ambulances reaching people within 10 minutes. And these days you are listening to these news, people are, there's bombs going on and things. His ambulances reach first, then the other organizations, and they come out. So he's still serving the nation since maybe 60 years now, because he came to Pakistan in 1947 when the country was established. Behind all of this was a true desire to help. So the reason I told this story, I presented it because we need to see what are our obstacles right now. And I'll tell you my example. So I had this passion to write a book for a very long time and to do speaking also. But every time it was this, I have a job, I have to take care of my kids and this and that. And 2 years ago I had some medical issues and I was told I was dependent on medicines, and that's when the change came. I said, I'm not accepting, this is doctor's opinion, this is not my opinion, I'm not accepting this. So I didn't really go through the route that they were suggesting. I went on naturopaths, but I started reading a lot. Did a lot of research and used all of this research on me. And I came out healthy. Alhamdulillah, I'm not on medications and I'm completely cured. But I came out with a book. But that book was in my head. And I said, what, I'm now cured. I need to do something with this knowledge that I have. It has been given to me for a reason. So I told my wife I have to write a book, and I have 2 kids also. So I'm quite a busy guy even when I reach home. But my wife was very supportive, and I'm sitting on the bed in the morning, in the night, and just like, I'm typing continuously, it's just flowing through. And then I finished it. It was a Microsoft Word document, and I said, now what? I've never published a book. And I reached out about 35 publishers, who all of them said, no, we are not going to print your book, we are not interested. So I said, it's a block, now what? So I said, let's do what I can do right now. So I searched online, I found a website called ClickBank, and they had PDF books. So I said, okay, I can convert it to a PDF, I can pay $50 a month and get my book out there. So I take the step what I can take right now. I did that. Then I said, now what? It's not enough. Now I need to reach more people because I wasn't selling many books. So I found out about Amazon has something called Kindle. And doing a Kindle book is really easy because it's their template. If you can follow the template, you can upload your book. So I did that. My book went on Kindle. I said, now I have to have a hard copy, a paperback version, So there's some more research, found something called Create Space. Again, a company provided by Amazon. And it's a self-published, and you can print whatever quantities you want. You don't have to print 5,000 copies, quite reasonable. So, and I kept finding these things, and then I wanted to speak because I said, when I have a book, I don't connect with the person who's buying the book. I want to connect with people so I can give my message. So I met Jim and joined Public Speakers Association, and how I met Jim, I knew someone from my school who introduced me to a TV producer who introduced me to Jim. And that's how I met Jim, and now I'm a director of Public Speakers Association. The reason I'm telling you, this entire story is start where you are right now. Whatever you want to do will happen, but you have to take the first step today with the resources that you have right now. It doesn't matter what you have, it will come your way. Now what happens is whenever I'm looking for something, people come finding me. Jim associated with me with someone called Sudeep. And I was speaking to about 60 to 70 people last week at Canada Job Expo. After the speech finished, 4 or 5 people came running to me, and they connected with me. And they were talking to me, this happened to me, and this, and they're sharing their personal stories. So, and things are going on, it's like unbelievable how it's a cycle, and things are coming my way. But it all started because I took the first step that day, and I said I'm going to write whatever is coming in my head into a Microsoft Word document. And it's just a cycle going on. So that was my talk for today. Hopefully you will take the first step if you haven't already taken and read your book.